All right, what's going on, everyone? You are watching Phoenix Friday. So I am your host, DeFi Sean. Unfortunately, Squid Grow Joe couldn't make it today, but for a very good reason. So if you don't know, Joe's up in New York at the NFT convention. Squid Grow or Satoshi invited him, which he's there with them attending that, but also got full permission from Satoshi to also network and promote Operation Phoenix and all that stuff. So hopefully we'll kind of see a little bit of stuff coming from that. Also, told plenty of you guys that we'll actually be going to Nashville to the Bitcoin conference there in July. I think it's the 26th and 27th. Kind of went over this already, but anyone that wants to join us there, feel free. Also, I've said it too. If you don't have merch, hit me up. Let me know you're coming. I'll go ahead and bring you down some. Just tell me your size. And yeah, we'll get all that taken care of. Now, today's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to move kind of quickly. We're going to go over some burn staking, a little bit about the DEX and a couple things we're doing with that. And then we're going to hop over and do an AMA, or I'm saying hop over, it'll be on this channel. We'll be doing an AMA with Power to the People because I know a lot of people are getting those whitelist spots. It's going to be our first launch on our launch pad. So I know a lot of you want to go ahead and learn a little bit more about them. So we have the devs here and they're going to go ahead, give us an elevator pitch, tell us what's going on with it. And then we can go ahead and answer any and all questions that you guys are going to have on that. Also, a couple things, too, that Joe and I have kind of been teasing a little bit. We are having some NDA discussions about something pretty big. We're going to find out a little bit more information about it today. And I think everything is going to be known, I guess you can say, Monday with exactly what's going on. Even if we can't make what we're doing come to fruition, we should be cleared of our NDA because the people we're dealing with will no longer be involved. So at the very least, it'll be a really cool story that we can tell you guys, but we are very much hoping that this whole thing that we've been working on that we will be able to bring to you guys. And yeah, so hopefully starting Tuesday, we'll be able to give you a little bit more information. If what we want happens, we'll definitely be able to start giving you a little bit more information on that. So stay tuned for that. Now, as far as the burn staking goes, let's go ahead and bring that up. Excuse me. So everyone's been asking about burn staking. Obviously, it's the new thing. Should be able to see my screen there. Make sure everything's good. All right, so this is our DEX. Couple things I wanted to point out about the DEX. We had a little issue with that surge technology with the wrap BNB. So that's why we haven't started that marketing push that we were talking about. Mark is finalizing it or trying to exactly figure out exactly what's wrong with that so that we can incorporate that. But in the meantime, we can move forward with the regular wrap BNB. So wanted to make sure that that was clear. Another cool thing coming is that we're going to have that burn bot going on Telegram in Discord. So you'll be able to see every time a token's burned because there's been a lot of that going on. And we'll talk about those numbers coming up here too. So that's the DEX. Now the staking. Since we're here, I talked about it in my video if you watched it. So it's kind of rehashing, but might as well go over this whole entire platform right here since we're here. So we have our 14-day, 556,000 staked with that 5% APY. We have our 30-day, let's let this load, at 10.7% of the supply for that 10% APY. The 6-month, which just will take a second to load, is at 36.1% stake for 50%, which again, I still kind of can't get over how many people have their token staked. Now with burn staking. So with that, every fee collected from the DEX, every single time there's a transaction made, $1 comes back to Operation Phoenix. Well, in the Piranha pool, 5 cents of that dollar will come back to that pool. Now, your share of the pool would be what you have. So if the pool is $1,000 and you have $100, that's 10%. So you would make 10% of that 5 cents every single time, which you'll also be able to claim from this platform. I have to get with Mark to see how often you'll be able to claim that. So I'm sure someone will ask that question and I need to check on that. So that is going to be the Piranha pool. Now the whale pool is growing huge. We were hoping that people were going to like it and want to get involved in it. So we are just shy of 3 million tokens on that whale pool. Same thing. If you own 10% or 20% of that supply, 15 cents of every dollar is going to come into that whale pool. So if you own 20%, you would get 20% of that 15% every single time a transaction is made, which is awesome. Again, there's a little risk, a little reward. If this does work out, you are in a prime position to make a lot of passive income off of this. I want to say the guys that we're going to be talking to, I think that MVT, multiverse token, I think they're going to be listing on the decks. If I'm not mistaken, we'll clarify that when we go ahead and bring them up. Let's see what else we have before we move on. So let's see, 1 second. So I don't think I mentioned it yet, but on that DEX, we're also going to have a token builder. With that token builder, will allow anyone to launch on the DEX that wants to. There'll be 3 ways you can do it. There's a zero tax token you can build, a tax token, and a rewards token. So 3 really cool things that you can do with that DEX are 3 different contracts. So when the time comes, we'll be adding that hopefully sooner than later. So if anyone wants to go ahead and launch a token, you don't have to find a dev you can trust or reach out to anyone. You can actually build the token right off the DEX itself, which is awesome. But let's kind of go ahead and go through this. Any question you guys have, guys, go ahead and ask it. Because keep in mind, too, we have to end this in, 44 minutes, 54 minutes, however long it is, because we have that AMA with USA Crypto Group right after this. So we actually can't go over, which is actually what Mike is saying right there. So any questions you have, guys, go ahead and ask it. That question right there, since the divergence between market cap and price is growing, can we please get the price displayed on the Pancake Swap buybot? Mike, can you answer that question in the chat? You would know that before I would, if you know the answer to that. But yeah, guys, I'll also let these questions build, but we're going to go ahead, like I said, for the sake of time, because we do have to be out of here. We're going to go ahead and bring up the products to the people, guys. Let them kind of give their pitch. So let's see. We have Crypto Cord. Hey, Crypto Cord, how you doing?
Hey, Sean, thanks for having us. My partner should be jumping in here in just a second.
I was about to say, I see we're having a little bit of technical issues, which is not necessarily new. So also, guys, poll real quick. Should I keep the old logo for sentimental stakes, or should I switch that out with the new logo? Mike, your vote doesn't count. I already know you're going to say switch it out. No one cares. So we want to go with everyone else and see what you guys think. Kind of just for sentimental values, we can kind of leave that back there. And let's see. We'll get going in 1 second, Corey. We'll try to wait for him and see if he's going to hop on.
And ahead of time, I'd like to apologize if there's any background noise on my end. I am home, and for the people here who know me, I have a large family, a lot of children, so I apologize.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I wouldn't say large. I have 2, and yeah, they're always in the background. You know, this little mic, because I can hear them a lot of times when I'm recording videos and stuff. And yeah, it doesn't show up on video. I'll play back, you know, obviously edit and stuff, and I can't hear them. But yeah, I know what that's like to have background. All right.
I am
Juan Diego here. Hey, how are you?
Hey guys.
Uh-oh. Lost them again. All right, so quick question real quick. Does the burn staking rewards get distributed right away? That's a question that I have to ask Mark about. I want to say they do. I know they're collected in a contract and then they get distributed to the appropriate spot. I'm assuming that there's a certain little threshold that for gas reasons alone that they're going to have to meet. So I'm pretty certain, whether it's 0.1 BNB or whatever it is, I'm pretty certain there is going to be some kind of threshold, but I will double check on that. Actually, let me write that down right now so I don't forget. And yes, I have to agree with that. This is going to be huge. We're gearing up for a great ride. Another thing I wanted to bring up real quick about the marketing is with Brothers. So for those that don't know, Brothers is a marketing agency that provides you with other influencers. So Brothers was not paid a certain type of fee or anything to go ahead and push us, and they're going to pump us. What they do is they have the connections even more so than we do to connect you with people. But like I said, after we did our little Twitter campaign, which basically yielded nothing with some of the top influencers, be it that, of course, everyone's working on Solana right now, we kind of stepped back a little bit because we didn't want to waste any more funds. So we're still exploring those opportunities. A lot of the marketing now is going to be mixed in with the decks, because obviously the more we get going with the decks, the more that we're going to have coming back to the project. So yes, Brothers Marketing is still around. But again, just to clarify, Brothers Marketing was never like something that pumps the project itself. They're basically a marketing firm that has the connections to basically whoever you want. Like I said, even more so than us. But all right, looks like he's back. But while we're waiting, let's go ahead, guys. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about you, maybe a little bit about your personal life or your business life, the crypto, your journey so far, and then we'll kind of hop right into that elevator pitch and tell us about the project, and I'll go ahead and collect questions so we can get that handled. But yeah, go ahead, guys. I'll mute myself.
Thanks a lot for having us again. Hello everyone. My name's Crypto Court, here with my partner Juan Diego. Most people know us from being the co-founders and developers of Multiverse Token, which we launched about 7 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. I'm based out of the United States. My partner Juan Diego is based out of Ecuador. We have been partners in the BSC space for several years, and I think we have a combined maybe 10 years under our belt, 6 years apiece. So yeah, we've been in the space for quite a long time. We got together and really wanted to do something good for the space. So we had launched Multiverse Token, which we developed as an incubator, or as a gateway, if you will, for other projects. And I guess that takes us to our first project, out of the Multiverse Gateway door, and also first project launching on the Infinity Launchpad. That's such an honor. Thanks again for that. Power to the People. And Power to the People is a project that will help the people and picked by the people. So we will implement a grant system, if you will, where people can go onto the website and fill out applications and tell the project, why would they need this money. And then the voters will go in the governance system, connect their wallet, and vote on who they think should get the funds from the grant. I know I'm missing a lot of stuff. I'll let my partner Juan Diego chime in and fill in the
Yeah.
cracks that I'm missing.
So hello everyone. I'm Juan Diego. I have been in the space for around 3 or 2.5 years now. I am committed into bringing a safe space into this technology that I find it really, really impressive and awesome. So I have been trying to develop like good relationships around the place for these last times. Um, what we wanna deliver with Power to the People is actually a project that can give power to the people. There is always people in remote places or families that are needing help, or social projects that need to be developed, and we are giving all these projects or causes or problems a voice. So they are going to be able to upload the causes or problems or whatever to their pay to our website, and our holders will be able to vote into which ones we want to help. Every certain amount of time we're going to send what we collected in the taxes, because we have a certain amount of taxes going directly into the Grand Wallet. So every certain amount of time, we're gonna send that to what our holders have believe is the best cause for the people. No, so I think it's a really great way of giving people a voice, and actually, if you are able of helping others through the technology, being able of that too. But the most important thing here, I think, is the part where we are truly committed on delivering to this technology or BSS space a safe place. I know that it's full of rocks, full of people that want to do bad, but we know the power of the technology when it's used the right way. So we are for sure gonna implement it, and that take us to multiverse. If Sean let me, we are just in the last conversations for actually uploading liquidity on the Operation Phoenix decks. So that would be pretty awesome. We just figuring out the last things. And with Multiverse, what we want to do is an incubator project. Like there is where ideas get give burn or burn. They alive there, and then they take the road they need for being success. That we have like been trying and doing it for so much time. So that's the idea with it. But I am glad these days we have had a lot of people of the Operation Phoenix people joining and watching what we have. I am glad if you guys are listening that you all trusted us and joined us, and most than anything that you guys share our vision too, that you guys like it what we are doing and supporting us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very,
awesome.
very lucky to have these guys behind us. April 15th, pre-sale will start. That's the magic date, and we're thinking about launching within 24 hours, or exactly 24 hours after the goal is met.
Awesome. So
We have
I know you guys, I have a quick question. I know you guys have kind of already went over this, but I want everyone to kind of know. So obviously Operation Phoenix is behind it already. My private room, you guys have been up in there. I've been sharing that with them. We're gonna have my YouTube channel going. Joe's YouTube channel going. Crypto Atlas is 100% on board. We already have a lot more YouTubers set up right at launch as it goes. Those packages are already picked out, already in the hands of like Tyler Hill and them that are going to be executing that. But outside of me and Joe and Atlas and that YouTube package, can you go ahead and tell everyone what they can expect, I guess you can say, for the first 24, 48 hours, the first maybe even week of marketing and things like that? Because we always have the win marketing question. So go ahead and just get it out the way for everyone
sure
right now.
sure. So we have been like really looking into the Telegram strategies, and also to get it listed in a lot of websites where we can get the trendings. So we will have a lot of trendings being like on Moontalk. We will have trending on BSC. We will have trending on MTM, on Aave also. We will have our Dex tools updated in some point. Like all those technical parts of what, let's say, is the Telegram world, we have figured out with also big names in colors. I'm just closing more and more deals every day, so we have that part figured out in that way. I'm not gonna say names of the colors or anything because you guys know that it's a little bit delicate before we actually close the deal, but we are working on it. But you guys can expect a lot of trendings, a lot of listings in all these websites with a lot of visibility and paying trending there too. This will bring us a lot of people the first days at least, so we're gonna have a nice foundation there.
Awesome, awesome. Also, have you guys touched on the tokenomics yet? I know people were asking about it a few days ago. If you haven't, you mind going ahead and just clarifying the exact tokenomics and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So the exact economics I did put it them yesterday in the group, but we will do. Our max supply is 100 million. Um, we have 8% buy and 10% sell. From the buy tax marketing, 8% tax is going 4% to the marketing, 1% to the LP, and 3% to the grant system. And on the sell tax is gonna go 10%, LP 1%, marketing wallet 5%, and grant 4%. I have noticed that in these days people find these taxes a little bit high, but I gotta tell you guys that this is the only thing that is gonna make is our project grow. So it's important that we have that too for a project like this that has actually a utility that want to be developed forever, if possible.
Yeah, exactly. 10% is usually my cutoff rule when it comes to taxes. But yes, when you're trying to do something, obviously you have to know, you have to have the revenue or you have to have the income to be able to do that. So many people want to know when marketing, but they also want a 0% tax. And then they want to know when is the top YouTubers making videos, but then you have no money. So it's kind of like that catch 22 that everyone always wants to both the best of both worlds, I guess you can say. But in reality, to make those things happen, influencers are expensive. KOLs are very expensive. So you have to kind of have those funds to do that. We do have a question right here, which I didn't talk to you guys about really, but is there a start time on the 15th? I'll get with the guys. I like the 3 p.m. Eastern or what is that, 7 p.m. UTC time, just because I know with my group, we're kind of all over the world. That's kind of around the early afternoon / lunchtime for US, but later in the day for the rest of the world. So it's that's like a really good time that I find it to
Yeah,
be. But if you guys
I'm
have other
totally on
times when
board. I'm totally on
yeah.
board with
Let's
that. We could probably just cement that time right now. I think that works
let's do
very
it.
well for the both of us.
Awesome. Yep, that's usually that good time because I know sometimes I know us people here in the US, we're a little narcissistic. We think the world revolves around us. So a lot of times people start, scheduling stuff at 7 p.m. Eastern, and that's just too late for other parts of the world and stuff like that. So the middle of the day for us, at least for my group, seems to kind of be the best time to go ahead and do that.
That's great. Yeah, definitely whatever is best for the Operation Phoenix as we are making our first launch there, right?
Yep. See, we got like 6 a.m. So it kind of like works for everyone. It's 2 p.m. for me. I want to say for Mike, one of my partners, or one of the founders of Operation Phoenix, I should say, what is it for you, Mike? Like 7 p.m., 8 p.m., something like that. So yeah, it kind of works out for everybody. But yeah, guys, ask any and all questions. We do have some time. Like I said, I wanted to purposely kind of get through everything in the beginning so that we could open up for questions about anything about Operation Phoenix. Asking the guys here. I mean, it could be
Well,
about the
I
crypto
would like
market,
to
whatever you guys
mention
want. Yeah, go
the
ahead.
whitelist spots. We currently are, we're holding Twitter competitions. Get on there, like, retweet, tag 3 friends, and earn yourself a whitelist spot.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a reason why we did this for Operation Phoenix, why these guys are doing it. Because I know a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm not working for a whitelist spot. If I don't get it, I'm just out." But there's kind of a reason why we do it. When you're launching a project, obviously the community is usually the number one deciding factor, regardless of how much marketing you do or anything like that. It always comes down to the community. So this kind of starts creating that engagement. It starts pushing the power to the people name, just like we did with Operation Phoenix. I mean, we pushed so far across YouTube. Obviously, we had all the Safe Moon haters coming after us. That's how far we pushed, that we just had everyone attacking us that thought we were going to be doing this or doing that. So that's the reason why we have these competitions, because it creates engagement. It starts off the marketing, which actually doesn't really cost anything because the holders and the pre-sellers are the ones actually pushing it. So there's a very good reason why all these companies do whitelist giveaways and different things like that.
Yeah,
So I just wanted
definitely.
to put that.
As you said, like it's so important. The foundation, the first people that are in on the project, they are so important for the growth of the project, not for the wealth of the project. So we are making sure these people, of course, participate in the rights in Twitter because it's what we need the most. All the people talking about us, and we will also make sure that they are good individuals that make just good for a project.
Yep. And I think everyone wants to know Juan Diego. Is Juan
Yeah.
Diego your full name or your first and last?
Oh no, yeah, it's my full name, like Juan Diego, because you can be called Juan or Diego, but my name is Juan Diego actually. Yeah, it's the two. That's what I put on TGJD Kitty because nobody can say Juan Diego.
Yep. All right, let's see. So we actually do have a serious question. How do we KYC people that are applying for a grant to keep scammers out from Space Cat?
That's
That's
a very
actually a
good question.
great
That's a
question.
very good question, Space Cap. This morning, I mean, we've been working all day, and we'll continue to create a I guess a foolproof vetting system, because that's extremely important.
So
Very good questions, but we will definitely do our due diligence.
I have been thinking about that, and you have to upload something like a Google form with your problem or your necessity or whatever you wanna upload, and we will check the project. We will get in contact with the owner. We will check that it's like a real statement. Like we are not gonna give chance to everybody that it's like whatever, just upload things and or holders vote. No, we are gonna pass
So
through a filter first, knowing the
I've been
people,
through
knowing the
KYC
person.
process before. I don't know if anyone's here familiar with like Assure DeFi, and but I've been through the KYC process, and the things and the tools that they use to vet me personally. Um, we're going to kind of piggyback and implement those type of systems because it seems to work very well, with location sharing, um, with live video. I mean, with IDs and driver's licenses. Like it's going to be a very extensive process.
Yep. So my channel is actually partnered with Assure DeFi. And they actually do have a pretty rigorous thing. Obviously, I've
Yeah.
been through it with Operation Phoenix, but at the end of it, I was like, damn, good thing I'm not lying about who I am, because
Hmm.
they got me. Even from your home address, they have ways to make sure that you're not lying about your home address, all that good stuff. So yeah, it's a pretty extensive process. Now, again, I'll speak for you guys because it's kind of speaking for myself as well. With the Launchpad, you can never guarantee safety in crypto. People fool you, different things happen. There's never
Hmm.
100% guarantee. All we can do when picking projects to do whatever with is just the best we can to verify everything, because at the end of the day, nothing can stop or I guess guarantee safety. So it's always very important to point that out.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure. But we will do our best for not let those things happen.
Yep.
absolutely.
So let's see what we have next. Let's see. Let's see. Is the are you guys, I guess, let me skip that part. Team purchasing their 10 million tokens. I'm assuming they're referring to your team tokens.
Yeah, no, we are getting them from the liquidity, and we are gonna lock those tokens as well, so you people feel safe.
Good, good, good. Yep, because that's always good. Sorry, guys. I'm trying. Can anyone or Mike, if you're there, can you get the Twitter link for part of the people? I have people asking for it, but I don't want to just sit here searching for it to get it readily available. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You guys are going ahead and locking it, which is the right thing to do to kind of prove yourself, become a success, get that chart up. And then at that point, you could be rewarded with that.
Yeah, for sure. That was a very fast conversation between Juan Diego and myself. Like those that 10 million tokens will be they will be locked.
Yep. I believe I can answer this. What's the difference in whitelist price and launch price? If I'm not mistaken, the launch price and the pre-sale price are going to be the exact same. I forget what it was roughly. Was it 0.3 zeros and a two? I
It
forget,
was
but
0.30 and a 2.
And
Yes.
not too,
yep,
yeah. Point
yep. Now
zero
keep
zero zero two.
Yep. Now everyone just keep in mind that that may change depending on BNB value at the time of the pre-sale. So give or take a little bit, but roughly that'll be about the price. But
Correct.
regardless, it'll be happening right after pre-sale. So regardless if it's 002 or 003 or 001, that'll be what you get in the pre-sale for when that time comes. Let's see what else we have. Space Cat with more questions for us. When it comes to voting on who gets the grant, will it be 50% plus one, or do we have to have a yes vote of 60% or 70%? I'm assuming by the dollar sign with 60 he means percent. So I guess, is it barely majority? Is it more than majority?
Wait, I need to read this again. When it comes to
Yep.
voting. Can you
That's a very good question. So like if there is two projects or slash people entities, if it was like a 49 51%, between two, I think that'll be something for the community to kind of answer. Is we're giving the power to the people. This is all about the holders. This is all about the investors. They get 100% say on how we move forward.
Awesome. But yeah, guys, keep the questions coming if you have more questions. Anything in particular you guys want to add, maybe that we didn't touch on or that I didn't touch on?
Mm,
I
Not
think
not that I could think of. Engagement is important. Engagement is important. I mean, if you wanted to possibly fast track a whitelist spot, owning a certain percentage of Operation Phoenix and MVT both can earn you a whitelist spot without competing for one. But not everyone is a whale in this space, and that's whether the Twitter competition. We would run a competition every day, whether it be via Twitter, via Telegram. There will be ample opportunity to earn a whitelist spot. So just join the TG groups and keep your eyes open.
and also we will be like engagement people with free tokens, with free supply when they like make help us write a lot, or let's say with buys. We will keep like the games inside the chat, so we keep it active every time. We know how to handle a really good Telegram, let's say, distribution. So be be ready for be there in a community active that it's gonna be good.
Absolutely. We're very known for being generous. So
Good, good. So let's
Yeah.
see. Actually, skip the question. So any utilities for the token?
yeah,
Yeah, like
staking. I mean, we love what Operation Phoenix is doing with their staking platform. I mean, I'm impressed and blown away, especially about the percentages of tokens being staked. Sean, that's mind blowing.
I even have my mind blown. Like it's
Yeah,
crazy the
that's
amount of
impressive,
tokens.
and we would like to implement something very similar. Yeah, so
yeah.
to
Also,
reward holders.
we will give a portion of the supply as well to a miner platform where people is gonna be able to mine our tokens too for having a little another like small utility.
Awesome. All right. Let's see what else we have. So Jason asks, will taxes be raised at launch? I'm assuming what he means by that, which I'm certain this is what he means by that. So when we launched, we went from 5% and we launched with a 10% sell tax. Now, our taxes could have never exceeded 5% once reverted back, but at launch, we did have a 10% sell tax. So we actually doubled it. And then at a point, I think 2 weeks after we kept letting the community vote, we lowered it back down to that 5%. So are you guys planning on doing anything like that? Or are you just going to have your 8 and 10 at launch and then that's what it is?
I know a lot of people use the strategy of high tax at launch for having more money for marketing. That it's actually something good for the project. But I don't know. Like we haven't discussed that yet, as we are making all this pre-sale for paying all this marketing. Maybe it's good just to launch it 8-10 for so it's fair for everyone as well.
Yeah, I think 810, with it being at a high tax, I think we should just probably keep it there.
Yeah. Uh,
Agreed. If it was a lower tax, then maybe. So
Yeah, if it was a lower tax, then maybe go up to the 10 and for a few minutes after launch. But I think we'll just stick with the taxes right out of the gate.
all right. In case anyone's wondering, Space Cat loves staking, but also loves steak. Just wanted to throw that out there. Let's see what else we got. Can you explain what the 10 million mining tokens are for?
there is not gonna be. Oh shit! I set it up 10. I think that it's gonna be around 7, but yeah, 10. People is gonna be able to get into a app that mines the tokens and set up like a fee, uh, a mensual fee that we will get a little bit portion, and it's gonna go back to our chart. And with that, it can mine a slow amounts of tokens every month. So it will be at the end worth more than what you pay for the actual mining. And we will have a little bit tax set up to come back to our chart. We cannot listen to you, Sean.
Oh, sorry. So next question. I think I can kind of answer this one because it involves us. So will Pirates of the People and Multiverse verse token both be available on Infinity Swap? So Multiverse token, we're in the process of getting them uploaded right now to the deck, so they will be. And then yeah, Pirates of the People is also planned to go on there, so you can hop on over. You don't have to buy Pancake Swap; you can buy through us. And then also, will they be tradable on the current Phoenix Swap? So nothing will ever be tradable on the Phoenix Swap except Operation Phoenix. Now, in 4 months, when that LP unlocks, we will be moving from Operation Phoenix Swap to Infinity Swap, and at that point, I mean, Operation Phoenix Swap is basically, or Phoenix Swap, I should say, is null and void. It won't exist anymore. So there won't be any tokens launching on that DEX because that was V1. Now we're in V2.
Okay, now.
All right. So let's see. Moving on down. Okay, Daddy Bybeast asks, since this is launching on Pancake Swap as well as Infinity Swap, is there a way to offer 1% less tax for those purchasing it through Infinity? It would make Infinity more appealing. That's something that I can talk to you guys about. Obviously, we'll have those discussions behind the scene, but that's something that we're actually going to be doing with Operation Phoenix. That was initially the plan. Obviously, we have to wait for the LP to come unlock, but we're going to be launching or have our LP on Pancake Swap, which is 5%. And on Infinity Swap, we are probably going to have it at 4%. So that may be something you guys want to consider. We'll talk about that, like I said, later on, if you haven't thought about that. But you can potentially maybe go down 1%. Because remember, every time someone buys on Infinity Swap, you're getting 10 cents kickback to you rather than getting your tokens basically skimmed and stuff from Pancake Swap.
Yeah, I think that's only right.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Let's talk about it
absolutely.
because I have some questions. But yeah, we can implement it for the rest of
Yep.
the project.
Yep, we'll talk about it. Yep, Daddy Bybie, you must have just be joining us. Usually your name's all up in here. So yeah, almost forgot about you for a second. But let's see what's that time look like. What time is it? Okay, we do have a little bit of time. But yeah, guys, that's it for the question so far. Again, anything else you want to bring up to talk about? I know we've pretty much hit on everything from the whitelist spot on why it's important that you guys engage with that. We want to create that engagement. I know my tweet, Operation Phoenix tweet, I want to say your guys' tweets too have gotten pretty good engagement so far, which is awesome. So seems like everything is going as planned so far. Then let's see. What else we got? All right, we actually do have some more questions. Space Cat back again. How will the grant be handed over through prepaid debit or Visa cards or just an airdrop?
So we initially planned on it just being an airdrop. But if there's any special cases out there, I mean, we'll for regulation purposes. I mean, we'll have to figure that out if it's any special cases. But I think 9 times out of 10, it probably will just be an airdrop.
Yeah, we will contact the people. Like we will have the grant money set up in a wallet that is gonna be public for everyone, so everyone can see it all the time. And in when is the time of the release of the money comes, we obviously got the people. We have talked with them. We make sure are they, and we directly send the money from one wallet to another wallet. That's how it will work, I think. Because that way we get to know the people too, and we get to follow a little bit what they did with that, so we can have a little bit of record of what's actually happening and how are we helping. That's
Yeah.
the best part of it, right?
All right. Let's see what else we have. Do you have any timelines for the NFTs?
We didn't. We never announced it. Something about.
Wait, so Mo, are you talking about Operation Phoenix? And while we wait for Mo, he may be talking about Operation Phoenix. What's the maximum grant allowed? Space Cat back again. While we're waiting on Mo to respond.
Well, let's see, because if we have huge amounts of volume, of course that wallet that is gonna get filled, it's gonna be high. And if not, it's gonna be low. So I think we're gonna we're gonna make that depending on which project and the dimension of it and the quantity of money that it actually requires to develop the project.
Gotcha. All right. So that question was in reference to Operation Phoenix. So now that the Dex is done, Mark again is tidying up a couple of things, especially with that Surge Rat BNB. We'll be moving on to the NFT marketplace next. So it's going to be here sooner than later. We'd have liked to have had it here already, but we wanted to get V2 of the Dex rolled out. But yeah, it will be here sooner than later. But yeah, I think that is going to be about it, guys. Everyone's coming. We're going to probably go ahead and start to shut it down. I'll have about a 19-minute break before our AMA. So go ahead and take that break real quick. For those that are watching, go ahead, hop on over to our Telegram. You can get the link to the USA Crypto Group so that you can hop on over to that AMA. Hopefully have a good AMA, talk some Operation Phoenix, talk some Dex, burn staking, whatever it may be. But any final closing statement from you guys?
Nothing. Just tell you all the guys from the Operation Phoenix that have joined in and all the people to thank you for trusting. Thank you for coming. Every time, if you guys have a question, if you guys need anything, I am always here. You can just DM me. If I don't reply, please tell me in the group. I will always come, always reply for answers. I am always here to help. And again, we are looking for the best for this space. And I want to say thank you to Sean and to Operation Phoenix for giving us this opportunity. And let's see how far we can take this with this strong community, having that floor there and supporting how people is supporting. I have been watching really close the Twitter, and I can see how things are going, and I cannot say anything else than thank you. Keep going for those whitelist spots because they are going hot and nothing. Have a great day, guys.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching Operation Phoenix. Joe will be back with me next week. And of course, we'll be back better than ever. And until then, trade safe.
Bye, guys.